I took a small nap and I had an alarm set for like 1:45. And as that alarm went off, Alma called me and I was like, what the fuck?
Well, that's what I just told Grandpa. I'm like, it's because Dom had Taco Bell last night, but it wasn't really that.
Wait. He used the bathroom. He was like, hold on. I'll be in there a minute.
Yeah, so
Dominic, is this true?
I wish I had Taco Bell. I just went to the bathroom to take a piss because I just woke up. Country roads.
Take me home.
I don't know why the fuck I started doing that.
My beloved.
Her Nashi song. Let's all sing in unison. Country.
Country roads.
Imagine everybody just starts singing.
All right, welcome back to another episode of the Penguin Awareness Podcast, episode 2. It's your host, GrandPaPenguin. We got a couple of co-hosts. This is actually my first time actually having a total of 4 guests on here. We got a total of 4 people. We're going to do our first introduction. His name goes by Super Duper Angel, SD Angel, who is a 2-time world champion in different esports like Overwatch and Team Fortress. And as well, he is the owner of a pretty plush. Let's go. SD Angel, wearing that Kirby t-shirt right below me. There you go. Next up, I'll butcher your name wrong, Alma. I'll screw it. Next up, we got Alma Karu 88, aka Alma, owner of a dog and a cat, as well, and owner of a reversible octopus plushie, as well. Very nice person, Alma. There you guys go. As well, next up, we got SuperFireFlower, aka Flower, aka Fire. Huge Nintendo fan. She loves playing games like Super Mario World, Spyro, Portal games, as well. A mom of 3 rats. There you go. We have Nick all the way at the end, the guy who laughs contagiously in Among Us. Ultra Nick 24, aka Dom, loves playing Nintendo games. The end. All right. Thank you guys so much for coming on to this podcast. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you for having us.
Yes,
Of course.
Thanks for having me.
Of course.
Yeah.
I have a question, Fire. What is it like to be in mother or / owner of 3 rats?
It's wonderful. That's actually one of my bucket list items. And yeah, that's why I got them in the first place. And they're very annoying sometimes, but they're cute. Yeah.
They're
I
not
love them.
vicious or anything like that? Because
No, they're sweet. They're very kind. They're like little puppies. They love to get pet. They love to learn new tricks. They like treats. They'll do little tricks for treats, and it's so cute, and I love them. Yeah.
is it like,
Emphasis on the love.
does it cost like a lot to own them compared to
No,
like a dog?
it's actually cheaper to own rats. They get like it's like a little bag like this, almost like a cereal box kind of, and that lasts like 2-3 months. And I guess the maintenance is the only thing I guess that could be like the cage you have to clean often, actually every day for me because there's 3 of them, and the vet bills are much lower than be like a dog. It's like half, sometimes even.
Like
Yeah.
every time I see like a rat, like I kind of get scared of them.
I get it. They're not for everybody. I know the tails freak people out a lot, although the tails are very soft and they have like fur on them. But I can see why people are very afraid of them. I personally love them, and I was somebody that was afraid and didn't want to get near any of them. I thought, holy crap, like it's a rat. Like they go, they run around in like the floor and they do all crazy kinds of things, and like they're just like, for me, they were vermin, right? But there's like a difference between the rats that you'd find crawling around in the sewer versus the rats that I have as pets. These are called fancy rats. They were bred to be pets. Versus sewer rats are just, well, they're Norwegian rats. They're not pets. You can't make them pets.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
The
right.
only thing that I would see that's kind of difficult about owning a rat is that it's very difficult to find. It's difficult to find a vet that will look at them because they're considered an exotic pet.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to find a specific veterinarian to.
The Nintendo Switch Pro. I seen from an article. I don't know if you guys have the script open, but I seen an article. Since the new Xbox and Sony games came out, like the PS5 and the Series X came out, Nintendo's thinking about making a Switch Pro to compete against them. Would you guys be interested in upgrading to a Pro version if it ever does come out? Since I know you guys own a Nintendo Switch.
Yeah. Personally, I just got my Animal Crossing Switch, and I don't think I would be the kind of person that would buy a Pro console just to have the 4K, unless the games that are coming out for it are like insanely good that I need to have it. But other than that, I think I'm very happy where I'm at with my Switch. But if the games are good and they're amazing, and they're like something I need to have, then I might switch. But other than that, I'm keeping the one I have.
Bubba Dom, what's your opinion about that?
I had my Switch since launch, so I'll probably upgrade, not for like the 4K, but if the games do run better on the new Switch Pro or whatever, I'll probably most likely get it, if anything, just for like content purposes and whatnot.
Yeah, I will probably buy it as well. If they do improve the performance in games, I'll probably end up buying it and keep it as a station to play it at home constantly, and have my other Switch on handheld mode only. So that way I don't like that 4K console you can take on the go. That sounds nice, but yeah, I'm gonna keep it at home so I don't lose that expensive console. But yeah, I'll probably end up buying it if it does have improvements on other games and everything else. And 4K is cool.
Well, personally for me, I just barely got my Switch about 2 years ago. So it depends on the performance aspects of it, because for me to shell out that much money again doesn't seem worth it to me unless it really has a good thing. Because to me, that kind of concept kind of reminds me of them taking a book out of Sony's with the PlayStation 4, because they had the Slims and the Pros too.
Yeah.
So to me, it's not worth it. So I probably wouldn't unless it really has different performance specs that, then I would.
If I could say something, so Angel, you were to get the Pro, would you actually leave the 4K at home and then take the other Switch that's not 4K?
Yes.
You
So
would
pretty much
actually take that with you?
yeah, because I have two Switches. Like, I'd rather leave the 4K one at home because it's more expensive, and I would really feel really bad if I end up losing it. So also my other Switch is it's old. I had it since launch, so if I lost it, okay, it wouldn't matter that much. I still have the other Switch at home. But yeah, that's as well. Like, if it performs better, yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's a lot of what consumers might do. I mean, even I would do that if I were to get the Pro. That's like a very smart thing. Keep the 4K docked to your TV, and then use the other one for on the go.
Kind of like a Switch Lite, kind of.
Like, yeah, I guess your Switch becomes a Switch Lite.
Yeah.
I mean, that is very smart.
Yeah. Also, as well, all of your with the online membership, like all of your saved data can be transferred to the Switch. It's like, oh, I gotta go to work. Let me take my other Switch with me. Bam,
Okay.
you're good to go.
Yeah, and that's actually pretty cool. Good things to consider there, actually.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Good point there.
In 2021, if you were to pick a console, like to buy, like either a PS5, Series X, or a Switch Pro, if you had the money, what would you guys pick?
Ooh. I would definitely do a PlayStation 5. I would definitely do that.
I would get a PS5
as well. Yeah, PS5.
I already got a
Like-
Switch anyway. Yeah, or might as well say PS5.
Yeah, if we didn't have the Switch at all, if none of us had a Switch and we'd had to decide between all of them, I think I would actually go for the PS5. And that's me being a Nintendo, fanatic. And I just know that there's gonna be more games on the PS5. Obviously, like, Nintendo games are fantastic, but after a certain while, like, Mario kind of gets a little boring. Okay, my boy gets boring, and that sucks. I love him, don't get me wrong, he's my favorite character. That's why I named my rats after one of them. But at the same time, it's like Spyro, you got also Miles Morales, you got the Demon Souls game that looks so cool. You got a lot of cool stuff on the PS5.
Yep.
And it's not just the games, like the experience, the console itself, like everything about it, like the dashboard. on there is so
Oh.
much more beautiful, so much perfected than the Switch. The Switch is just like your games are on your screen. You can pick them. You can't even customize the screen. It's just, it's really like,
You're locked in.
it's locked in. And I think it's like,
I would say they're like the Apple like 5 years ago, and then like Samsung's
Yeah.
right now.
I feel like the
PlayStation.
screen's unimaginative too. And that's weird because all the games are so like beautiful and like they tell such great stories. But the screen, like you just open it up, you're like, okay, I mean, I guess, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they need to take a page out of from the 3DS and add more themes. Like, I don't mind paying for themes. Like, that's dope. Like, yeah, I'm like, oh, cool. I'll add this to my collection.
Yeah, like $5, you get like a nice like Zelda background. Like it has all your games, and,
Bam.
like all that stuff.
More money to you,
Icons.
Nintendo. Let's go.
Now, let me cut in real quick.
Yeah, you can
Because
jump in.
while I do agree with that, my only problem with that is that there are weirdos that want freaking screens like that
So no.
and think they're gonna freaking stare at their freaking home menu for more than 5 seconds. When I go on my Switch, I turn the Switch on, I look at the game, I click play. It takes no less than 5 seconds. Now I see what y'all getting at, where y'all want themes and stuff. Like I don't mind that as long as it doesn't slow down the OS or anything like that. Like you can have a picture, probably some music in the background or anything like that. But if anything like animated or anything like that, nah, I can't do it. I can't do it.
But let me tell you this. When you go on the PlayStation screen, don't you think it's so pretty? Like, don't you think like the backgrounds are
beautiful as shit. That's why I have that Final Fantasy VII thing.
Final
of Tifa
Fantasy
just sitting in
VII,
the
The
background.
Last
Like,
of
and
Us.
it plays the
I love that.
music? It like brings you in.
It's like I love that shit.
You get
But
immersed
that's
into
no
it.
PS5. I'm not sitting on there for more than 5 seconds. I'm gonna go on the PlayStation 5 and I'm gonna choose my game and I'm gonna play that goddamn game.
Yeah, you can have the Among Us as your wallpaper.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
You know what I think is really cool? I think what's really cool is that when you hover over a game, it starts playing the music and it changes the background on the PlayStation.
Yes.
See,
And
that's
really
cool.
cool.
I don't mind that at all. It's just like people are like, oh, where's the themes? Or like all this other crap. I have to show y'all like an example of what some people want, but it's weird because I'm just like, this is too much.
Yeah,
Like,
if you can find it, you can post it in the chat, and then like we'll all see it.
yeah. Let's see if I can find it while y'all are talking about this. Y'all keep going.
What was your first ever Nintendo console you guys ever owned? Oh, first, the Super Nintendo was mine.
First console I had was the Game Boy Pocket.
Oh. Did
So
you
it's like
use the AA batteries or AAA?
No, that's AAA batteries. Those small batteries, not the huge ass batteries that giant Game Boy used.
Yeah. And then the color was like black and white. Yo.
Yo.
But later on, I lost it. Oh.
Oh.
I think mine was a Super Nintendo as well.
Yeah.
I don't remember it as much.
You
I
had to
do
plop in
remember
the
playing.
cartridges and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do remember
Anyway.
playing Arrow the Acrobat or something like that. I don't know if that's a
I've heard of
familiar
that
game.
one.
It was like a little bat, and it kind of reminded me of Nights into Dreams a little,
Ugh.
except it
Yeah,
wasn't
I
as like
think I've heard of that
crazy. No. But yeah, Arrow the Acrobat.
Mine was Bobble Bobble, I remember.
Bubble bubble.
Yeah. And then
Little dinosaurs.
yeah, they shoot bubbles out. And then it has that iconic music noise.
The game I got with it was with Donkey Kong Land 2, because I told my parents I wanted a Game Boy with a game about monkeys, and they got me that one.
I don't remember how I got mine, but mine was the NES. I had Duck Hunt, which I always wanted to kill the dog. I hated that dog.
You
I
hated
hated that dog so bad.
She got
That's the
smashed,
dog
bro.
you gotta even do. You know,
Damn.
the kid.
I choose violence.
I chose violence as a kid. I was like, I'm gonna kill this. I'm gonna kill this dog one day. And then I had the mat too. And I
Yeah.
remember having over 30 some games for that. And I was really sad when I didn't have it no more.
I know we were talking about favorite consoles and stuff, and like the one we all, well, not favorite console, but like the first console we owned and whatnot. And I'm actually just holding it right now.
Are you serious?
Oh.
With my red N64 that I got for my second or third birthday. It was when the Mario 64 came out.
It looks
Nice.
like back in the day PS1 controllers that you could see like the
Yeah.
whole skin or the shell of it.
Mhm.
Those were always cool.
I actually have two of these. I think the gray one's in my living room somewhere. But yeah, this is the N64 that I got. It's probably like the first, besides the Game Boy Color that I think that was technically my first one. This is technically my first console.
Huh.
So cool.
That is cool.
I do remember having a Super Nintendo, and then we bought the NES, and then we later on gave it to my grandmom, and she owned it. And then I remember playing Duck Hunt. I always wanted to shoot the ducks, but I always sucked at it. I missed every time I shot it, and it pissed me off. And then the dog would always laugh at you.
That's what I always wanted. I would try and shoot the dog, couldn't shoot it. I hated it. I hated that dog.
Stupid dog, you're making me look bad.
But
Oh, this is like,
the one thing was running in place. You know,
The
it's just like
curse,
that.
the Cowley dog. Stupid dog.
Yeah,
Stupid
that's
dog,
what-
you make me look bad.
booga booga booga.
Going back to the interface thing, I found the picture that I was talking about one
Ooh.
day, and
Ooh,
this is something I don't like. Like
That's
this is
very busy.
this is too busy for what
What the
people
hell?
want and
that's
stuff.
too busy.
Like I don't like this type of stuff. Like I know there's another picture that I just saw that Flower was talking about. I'm about to link that one too.
Okay.
Wow.
This
Oh
one,
hey, there's Miiverse.
this one's okay-ish, but I still think like this would be fine for me, I guess. Like if they have to do something like a
Yeah,
little
that's
bit more
clean and
fancy.
simple. I like the second
Yeah,
one.
I like that
Yeah.
one.
The second one looks much better.
The first one looks like
Amazing.
a bootleg hand-me-down PlayStation.
like right? Like,
It honestly looks like the store, like the current store right now that we have.
That is true.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Kind of looks like the store. The first one is nice. I mean, the second one is nice.
Mhm.
yeah, that one's not bad. I can deal with that one as long as
It doesn't.
Because the reason I don't know if people know. Sorry to cut you off, but I think the reason
No, you're
that
fine.
like people don't realize that the reason why they have it so simple is that games can load faster. As you know, like the
Mhm.
moment you turn on, let's take the 3D Mario Collection for example. The moment you click the icon, that thing blows up or like starts
Mhm.
up immediately.
Hmm.
That's true. You're right. It does start up quickly, and it has like 3 games in one.
Yeah, that's probably why Nintendo
Yeah.
doesn't want to do like themes because they know themes will like hog up the OS, which will slow it down. So that's
Yeah.
probably why they haven't done anything with it yet. Maybe Switch Pro will change it. Maybe.
Best Nintendo console and why? Best Nintendo console probably would say the Wii. And because that was the interaction with Wii Sports with bowling and you get the first strike. I loved it. Satisfaction when as soon as you hit like a strike and then you just finish that game, you became from like a regular person to like a pro version, and then you could see the spiral stars on your bowling ball.
Yeah, that was always fun trying to like play around with the motion controls. I think one of the things that the games I like from the Wii Sports was also the Wii boxing as well. It's like I want to beat up other Mii's.
What I really liked about the Wii was the fact that it brought gaming to the mainstream. Because
Yeah.
before that, like you had N64 and it wasn't as popular, but this time around, I feel like the Wii really allowed for families to come together, play
Yes.
bowling. You know, like that definitely cemented it as like something that everybody should have, like a actual gaming console, and it wasn't just for your brother or your sister or your son or whatever. It was like meant for the family. So that's what I liked about the Wii for sure. In terms of consoles of Nintendo, I would probably say maybe it's kind of a tie between the Super Nintendo and the N64, mainly because Super Mario World is on the SNES, and then I know for the N64, Mario 64, that's like my other second favorite Mario game. So it has that. It has Pokemon Snap, which I loved, and it also had Pokemon Stadium. So it had a bunch of these cool ass games that I enjoyed. And they're very nostalgic, of course, very awesome. So I think that's kind of a tie for me. It's kind of tough to decide.
For me, I will probably have to say the Wii because it had you still were able to play GameCube games. It had backwards compatibility. The Wii Shop channel gave you access to play N64 games, so it still gave you plenty of options to play, and also like it brought like it's a console that anyone can just pick up and play. They don't overcomplicate things, and it has it had a great library of games as well. And playing the Wii with the Wii Shop channel, it gave me access to games I haven't played before. Like I played Ocarina of Time, and for the first time there, and that game was fun. And I count as hours of gaming. And also, if I wanted to go back play an old GameCube game, I could.
Yeah, like you have like the ports for it. I was actually surprised. Like I actually bought I forget, it's the one Donkey Kong games that you could buy the drum pad and you can actually play.
Jungle Beat, yeah.
Jungle Beat, yeah. I missed that. That was like a good time back then.
Yeah, definitely. Also, we let you give you access to watch Netflix as well, or if you want, or watch YouTube if you wanted.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
I think that was the first one that did that, right? Like that was the one that brought that to a console first. Yeah.
I think it was.
When I first heard I can add Netflix, I was cool. Like gave me like I kind of want to get Netflix so I can watch it in the Wii, and yeah, I did. Like I will watch my shows. Like there was a time when I was catching up with Avatar: The Last Airbender that was there. I was like, cool. I can, before going to bed, watch a couple episodes and go to bed.
That made your regular TV into a bootleg smart TV.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Dom, what would you say is your favorite Nintendo console? I don't know if you answered.
Oh, I never answered. But see, I would do a cop out and just say what Angel said, but I'm gonna just go ahead and say I'm tied. I'm kind of like conflicted here with two consoles. One of them's a handheld, but I'm gonna just say the GameCube, only because like the titles that they have for the GameCube were very experimental, like stuff that Nintendo has never done like before in terms of stuff. Because you got like stuff like Mario Sunshine, you got Star Fox Assault, F-Zero GX, Metroid Prime, first Metroid 3D game, like a bunch of stuff, a Kirby racing game. It's like so many experimental titles that are probably some of the, even though the GameCube didn't sell the best, probably some of the best games that they have on their catalog, to be completely honest. And then if I had to say the runner-up, it'll probably be the 3DS. Because the 3DS is just too good.
I had the regular DS. That's what I had. The DS was like good. Like
I love the DS, and to the extent the 3DS as well.
Yeah. Alma?
I'm conflicted. I don't know. I mean, on one hand, you have so many great titles from all these consoles that have come throughout the decades and years. But I would have to agree with Angel that the Wii was the one that re-innovated the gaming community when it came out, because it brought a lot of things back. It was like, I believe, one that was actually backwards compatible to like a completely different console, because you got the GameCube and the Wii. So you also had a great titles from there. Not only that, it brought families back together, because before it was more of solo gaming and maybe some multi-gaming, but they actually tried to bring back family interaction. And that's what they tried to do with the NES, which is why they had the mat and those kind of shooting games. But it was just more fun. Had a lot of titles to choose from, backwards compatible to, like I said, a completely different one. And I think that's why I would have to say the Wii.
I think in terms of the Wii as well, it brought back a lot of not brought back, but it introduced a lot of people to casual gaming, if anything like that. Like you got stuff like Just Dance, like you got all these like
God about that.
shovelware games that are like family friendly type stuff. Like it's a really good casual console, and I feel like the Switch is also doing a pretty good job of that as well.
Oh yeah, for sure.
In terms of that, and like a lot of the other consoles like Xbox, PlayStation are also doing a really good job of bringing the casual audience as well as their hardcore base to their platforms and stuff.
Completely agree with that.
Favorite Nintendo game and why? I'll start off again. Favorite Nintendo game would probably be Mario Kart on the Wii, because
no, I'm sorry.
I can't. All I can say is just
I hear that given. I get freaking mad. Go on.
It's just because you can get the big mushroom and you can crush people. I always love that. I know you're gonna probably say like Super Mario Melee or something like that. Super Mario Melee or something like that. Super Mario Melee.
No. I'm not. Actually, I have a bunch of favorite Nintendo games, but if I have to say one, I'd probably say Star Fox 64 to be completely honest. Matter of fact, I have it right here.
Of course you have it. You always have it prepared.
I just looked at my desk. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, I have it right here.
Look at him showing off. He has everything just right there.
Where's my 3DS one at?
You're not prepared for that.
Oh yeah, I got it.
Why do you just have the Game & Watch?
It's a watch. That's what.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it is a clock.
It's a clock. Okay, jeez.
I'm prepared.
What's your favorite game then?
Was it?
Oh, is that the donut?
Donuts? No.
That
That's cute.
okay.
What the heck?
PS4 controller.
Nice.
Oh.
I need to get a new one anyway.
Well, since we're showing off controllers, I guess I'll show off my golden Wiimote that I got from Skyward.
Oh yes, that's cool.
That's
yeah,
nice.
Sword one.
Anything cool?
There's no golden nunchuck though. I'm sad.
Well,
Aw.
I mean, the only thing I have is my
Got my
Like-
Animal Crossing one with.
I
the
like that
little
one.
key slider.
Is that the Afterglow controller?
That's so cool.
This one?
No, the one that almost holding.
What is that one?
This is the camo
Ooh.
Xbox
Camo,
wired
okay.
controller that I
Mhm.
use to PC game at
Oh.
times. So that's all I have right
Got
here.
you.
Everything else is put away. So
Yeah.
I have my tiny kitty controller.
That was adorable.
I know that controller.
Yeah. No, I don't know. Maybe I would probably say Super Mario 64 might be the one, or maybe no, Super Mario World. Super Mario World has like more of this nostalgic feel to me. Let's go. Super Mario World. I think that's the one.
Go game.
I would say go. Okay.
My favorite Nintendo game. My God, this is a toughy one. I would have to say Kirby Planet Robobot.
That's actually not a bad one. I actually really like that game.
The music's great. Kirby's on a rampage on a goddamn mech suit and destroy everything in his path.
Little pink
Game
boy.
is really good.
It's like Gurren Lagann have a collaboration with Kirby.
Yeah.
Kirby just turned heel. He became a bad guy.
Let's go.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. So is it kind of like that game where you're like a Godzilla or like the gigantic gorilla King Kong, and you destroy? Was it called Rampage? Is that
Yeah,
the game?
Rampage. I love Rampage.
Rampage, yeah.
Yeah. Is it kind of like that?
No,
Yeah.
it's like you know the Kirby game I showed you that one day, like Star Allies.
Yes. Yeah.
Think of that. That's basically what that is.
Oh.
Yeah.
But single
Cool.
player.
Right.
But yeah, it's definitely fun. Tons of different abilities. You become a doctor, throw pills. You're basically Dr. Mario. What other ones? And yeah, tons of good bosses too. And the story is really well done as well.
Alma?
Oh, jeez. My favorite Nintendo game. You know, this is going to sound weird, but I think I'll have to go with Super Mario Brothers 3 from the NES because
That's not a bad one.
That's not bad.
that what got me into gaming. Is so nostalgic to me, and I spent so many hours playing that game and
That's why
learning
Nintendo-
all the tips and tricks.
That's why Nintendo uses it for every freaking Mario game that they got.
I mean,
It's actually
Pretty
good.
true. Yeah.
Good stuff.
So it's nostalgic. I spent hours on it. Basically, I chose violence in that game when I was a kid. Freaking those freaking Goombas and you know the freaking Shupas or whatever. Oh,
The born of toxic Alma has risen.
In the sun. Fuck the sun.
Games, I chose violence in them.
Yo, if
No, I'm just kidding.
you play with Alma on Overwatch, she's just way too toxic. It's funny.
Yeah, I gotta bite my
Okay, Alma.
tongue.
It's all right. Let your anger out.
You could just start screaming randomly.
I choose violence. I choose violence. I woke up and I was like, I choose violence today. Motherfuckers, no, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
So yeah.
If you were to bring back an old Nintendo game and remaster like any type of old game, NES to N64 to HD quality, what would it be and why?
I know what Dom would pick.
But you said from NES to N64?
No, like NES
Or
all
just
the way
any
to the
game?
Switch. Yeah, any game.
Oh, anything? F-Zero GX.
Oh, isn't that the racing game?
Yes. That game is so good. But man, that game didn't do good in terms of sales wise.
Damn.
And it makes me so sad.
Why is that?
And it looks good too. I hate it here.
I hate it.
You thought it was like the best game, but a lot of people didn't buy it.
Yeah, I think in terms of that game, I think it's probably Nintendo's best racer. To be completely honest,
Ooh.
I
Than Mario Kart?
I think it's better than Mario Kart. To be,
I kind of agree with that, honestly. I mean, Mario Kart, don't get me wrong, it's really good, but
it's like
I do remember that was really good for its time.
Going back to the whole casual versus like hardcore stuff.
Yeah.
Like Mario Kart's more of like the
Blue Shell Lock.
casual, family friendly until
Yeah.
someone shows you with a bunch of items and you want to custom the hell out type of game. But F-Zero is more like skill based, like it's more for like the more, I would say hardcore based, but like more people that want more of a challenge, if anything, you know.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree with that.
If they made like another F-Zero like in this day and age, like I think people would probably warm up to it again, if anything, since the Switch is already doing well. It's about to hit 100 million sales and all that stuff. I think it'll be pretty good. All right, next.
Damn.
I'm trying to think what old Nintendo game. Wii Sports. I don't ever care. Keep it basic. Wii Sports.
Wii Sports.
Yes, was the regular Wii Sports and the Resort. Just imagine the HD quality boxing when you punch someone out. Punch out Logan Paul,
I mean,
Jake Paul, boom.
You ain't wrong. That would be pretty good route to
No.
get that remastered and remake now.
Or if
I
not
hate
doing
to-
the sword fighting when you're like, in the bridge. I always like smacking people in the head with the bamboo stick.
No, I hate to keep talking like this, but there's one version of that game that I just do not like, and that was the Wii U remaster of Wii Sports. I could not stand that version because it felt so stiff.
Oh.
Really, that bad?
Ooh.
It was okay. Some of the sports, like boxing, felt super stiff. I think tennis was pretty good. I think golf was good, and I think bowling was decent. But everything else just did not feel good at all.
Meaning stiff, you have to use your full strength to like swing into it.
It's like, you know how like boxing felt fluid, like really fluid,
Yes.
like
Mhm.
it just it felt like excuse me, it felt like you were playing Rock'em Sock'em Robots. That's how bad that was. Like that's how bad it was. It's like you're like you know how in like in the Wii one, you like straight up like punching the crap out
Yes.
of somebody. In the Wii U one, it's like it's like for what? It's like for what?
To get more of a workout, right? You mean?
I guess. I guess.
I think I would remaster completely the Ocarina of Time.
Girl.
I would remaster that thing because it
Take
is
the 3DS
just
one
beautiful.
and put it on the goddamn TV already.
Put it on my fucking TV. I mean, but I know, but he's talking about like a full like
Like a
remaster,
full-out
like a
remaster.
full on like.
Yes.
I'm talking about like from the ground up.
Like
yeah.
Duck Hunt to 8K quality. Shooting that dog
Take
up.
it to
'cause
take it to
basically
the
the-
max.
The 3DS version kind of did that, but I wish they like remade it for like actual like, you know, consoles.
Yeah.
Like I hate the fact that they took like console games and remade them on handheld,
Mhm.
Yeah.
especially
I
Mario
agree with that.
64 DS. Like that annoyed me.
The Mario 64 DS, I wasn't a fan of.
I like it, but yeah, I can see why people are not a fan of that game.
Like the whole like picking Yoshi, and I don't know. I didn't really. It's kind of took the magic out for me, and I love that game. I was like, okay, I thought it was a little innovative, but took the magic out. Took
They
the
changed-
the oomph.
Like they changed, like messed up the story just a little tad bit.
Yeah, that too, definitely.
Multiplayer was fun though.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That game did have multiplayer.
Me and my friends would play that game on the school bus. They would just beat the living crap out of each other with Wario. It's like, I want the Wario hat. No, I want the Wario hat. It's like, we didn't care for the stars. We just want to beat the crap out of each other.
Yes.
Did you make the sound effects too, Angel, on the bus when you guys were kicking ass? Wow!
Yes. Wow.
Wow.
And then you can be more. Wow!
Good old times. Just like we're the only ones laughing in the bus.
And then everybody's
Like,
just giving you
for some
crazy
reason, I
looks.
see Angel doing that with his friends. I was actually on the same page as Fire. I love the plot, the storyline, the music, and the Ocarina of Time. Like, to see it like remastered from the top up. Like, I mean, you've seen the remaster of the trilogy of Crash Bandicoot to what it was back then, and the same thing with Spiral. Like, to see how different the graphics are and how like beautiful and detailed it is.
Mhm.
I want to see that in that game with the music and everything, because I think that would be like, I would be so happy. I'd be like, oh my god, you know, I just like,
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. We're going. We're changing topics. No more Nintendo for now. We're going into the Ninja controversy. I think this happened like 3 weeks ago. I would say. I know, Fire, you talked about this, and Ninja said this on the interview. So he goes on the lines like, it's not his job to teach your children about racism. It all comes down to parenting. And how does a white kid know he has white privileges, and if his parents never taught him actually about racism and doesn't talk about racism? What do you guys think about this?
Who wants to go first? Because I could say something about this.
Oh, screw it. This is PG-13, PG-15. I don't care. PG-17.
Well, in all honesty, Ninja throughout the years has been one of the most controversial people ever. But for him to say that, he's actually not wrong. He has points, but he's not always correct.
Mhm.
Because how are kids supposed to know about racism? Because it's a learned behavioral thing. You'll see that from the parents, grandparents, whatever. But how would they actually know what racism is? We see it on social media. We see it everywhere. So if the child doesn't know in the beginning, they're going to be exposed to it. They're going to know it. It's a learned behavior trait. So Go ahead.
Follow up on that. Sorry about that, but the follow up on that, you're right, because most of the time when you learn something, it comes from the parents first. Like you get the stuff that you say, the stuff that you do, comes from the household.
Exactly. the way you're brought up.
That. Exactly, and people don't realize that. And it's also a thing that, he's Ninja's technically right in saying that. I don't have to fucking do this shit, but like at the same time, you're also a really big influencer.
Yeah, you're big on the streaming quad.
You gotta tell these people, hey, this is wrong.
Like, and that's why I said like he's partly right, but you know he's not completely wrong.
Exactly, like you gotta let these people know because the kids look up to you.
Yeah, exactly, use your platform.
It's your influencer.
Use your voice. Yeah, you're an influencer. Use that. I mean, I may not agree with everything that this guy does, but he's been out there for years. He's one of the most controversial people out there with some other people, but you know, he could use his platform to actually teach something.
It's like you yourself have to set an example for all the kids that are watching you out there. And that's basically all I gotta say.
Exactly. Awareness, just like imagination.
Yeah.
You know?
Basically, Ninja's basically a role model to these kids. And he needs to, like you guys said before, like he doesn't need to be teaching them, but also he has to like set an example as well. To say, like he doesn't want to be the main source for people to be like learning all this negative stuff. Still set examples, but yeah, parents should be involved in teaching them this stuff. But as well, like if you're a big time streamer, also like you need to look good. You can't be looking, oh, this is fine. You can say this, you can say that. It's like, no. It's like you need to like learn what parents need to step in and say, showing them what's right and wrong.
Yeah.
As you're raising your kid, you need to raise them to be good people.
I'm trying to say like let's say like people in the community, they would like roast Ninja for just like having his 2 cents input in like something talking about let's say racism. And then let's say if XQC or Tyler 1 said something about controversial like racism again, and then not that many people in the community won't roast him in the social medias and won't be going over like gaming news and YouTube channels like that.
You know what I
Let's
think?
say Tyler Blevins Ninja has like such a bigger platform than XQC does and all these other streamers. Dr. Disrespect, don't get me wrong, he's pretty big in his own right. But Ninja has a bigger platform, and I think the reason they look up to him the most is because he's the one that came up the first person to actually like make streaming a career, and I think that's why they hold him to such a high esteem. And then just going back to like all that stuff that he said about like him not teaching the kids, what racism is. I think I don't know. I think he just probably thinks it's internet culture, like downright. Like he doesn't have to address it in his stream, but ultimately, like us, we all have a community, right? We all have a community that we foster and our values and what we want and what we want to represent. And for us, it's like we use our platforms. We don't have, we might not have the biggest platform like Tyler does, but at the same time, we still stand up against racism. We still stand up against bigotry, and we still make it a point to let our audience know, let our community know that this is important to us. And if you don't stand by it, then you can get the fuck out. So
it's so true.
Yeah.
And it's like going back to what you were saying earlier. Yeah, I think the reason why people will go after Ninja versus Dr. Lupo, Disrespect, or anybody like that, Tyler 1, is because Ninja at this point is seen as like the face of streaming or Twitch or whatever he do, whatever, like in terms of streaming and stuff, content creation, all that crap. So people look up to him more, and also Fortnite's also just popping off, and a lot of people still play that game.
Yeah, I think that basically summed up that topic. We'll go over to another topic. Overwatch 2 delay again.
No, I'm kidding.
Not surprised. It'll be delayed all the way to 2022. I saw a Twitter post about it. Diablo 4 and Overwatch 2 will be delaying until 2022, and they began development on it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep it real. Sorry to cut you off. I didn't even know Diablo 4 was a thing.
I didn't know either.
I'm not gonna lie.
All I knew about was Diablo 3. That's it. I didn't know they're making a Diablo 4. But yeah, what's your thoughts and opinions about the delay of Overwatch 2?
I would say delay it and just make it the best game it possibly can be. We all know what happened with Cyberpunk.
I was about to say that.
Red Dead Redemption 2 was another one. I mean, they hyped that stuff up so big, and it was just such a letdown, and they were delayed. But like, if you're gonna delay it, like, just completely,
but at least,
go ahead.
No, at least come out with a good product.
Like Watch Dogs.
Yeah, no bugs, no nothing. Take your time to perfect it.
They do shit. They do nothing.
Yeah,
polish the game out of polish the game.
Bleep me out, by the way.
Yeah. Don't give us no broken down game, not even worth $60. Cyberpunk should have been like $20.
Not even at this point. I say 15. It was so disappointing to people, and the same thing with Red Dead 2. Like, it was so delayed for so long too, and so talked about it for so long. Yeah. And then how many people were so, not happy with it? They didn't like any of it. Half of it. And I'm like, I just hope they don't do this to both those games, because I will be really disappointed.
Just like Kingdom Hearts 3. Kingdom Hearts 3, we waited like 10 years for it, and then look what Kingdom Hearts 3 came to.
13 years to be exact.
13, thank you.
Organization 13?
I didn't think of that.
Coincidence? I think not.
Damn.
Oh my gosh.
What Miyamoto always said. A rush game is a forever bad game, but a delayed game is eventually a good game.
No, stop you right there because Miyamoto said that crap. Miyamoto said that freaking crap, and he sat there and made Star Fox Zero the most mid game I've ever played in that stupid franchise.
Oh goodness!
Oh yeah, right.
You got them going now. There ain't no stopping this. You got it.
My apologies, Dom.
It's like
Just keep going. I'm gonna get some water real quick. Keep going on.
it's like he said that crap. He delayed that game. He claimed that, oh man, Star Fox Zero is my Star Fox is my childhood and all that crap. Like the fuck you. I can't. Man.
There's emotions behind that.
It's like,
Got him going. It was like, what happened that one time Fire with Dom?
it's like I think we were talking about Among Us or some crap like
Oh,
that.
Yes, he got so passionate, and now he's playing Among Us.
Oh my god. But it's like he says that. He delayed the stupid ass game. But the game is still mid. How do you do that? You yourself said a delayed game would get better. But it's still mid. It's mid as hell.
Because he wanted it mid, even though it was delayed.
I hate him. Stop working at Nintendo. Just stop working at Nintendo. Retire.
They
Stop working.
They just wasted their time.
Shit. Oh man.
Wasting their man hours on it.
Alright, I'm done yelling.
Okay. Let's keep going on. Overwatch 2 was secretly been in development in 2017. People are saying they're going to be releasing more information at BlizzCon 2021, which is on February 19th to the 20th.
Okay.
Ooh.
They might be showing the beta or maybe some gameplay footage on Overwatch 2. Is it right for companies to keep delaying games? Just keep delaying it, delaying it, and delaying it, and delaying it, and delaying it, and delaying it.
Not if they ain't doing their work. I mean, if they're gonna delay it and still do a product like Red Dead or Cyberpunk, no.
Cyberpunk.
I'm serious. Like, if you're gonna delay it so it can be a top-notch product. Don't delay it so there's so many bugs and people are gonna be so disappointed because it was so hyped and, wanted, and then it's just nothing but disappointment. That's why PS4 pulled Cyberpunk from their shop.
Going back to what you were saying, I didn't even know Red Dead 2 was that type of game because I've heard nothing but positive things about that. I didn't even hear anything broken about that game actually.
Oh no, there's a lot of bugs and a lot of people were disappointed.
What, in online?
Really? You're the first person I've ever heard say that like Red Dead 2 was a disappointment like that. I was like, really? I've heard.
Especially the multiplayer.
The multiplayer, I know it was a Okay,
I heard the multiplayer wasn't great. That's the one thing I heard.
Yeah, no, there's some glitches in all the plays. But other than that,
Interesting. Okay.
I love Red Dead 1 online. That was amazing. But Red Dead 2...
I loved Red Dead. I have it on both consoles, the Xbox and the PS4.
I played Red Dead 2 online for only an hour. I got bored of it. I'm like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, it was a boring game. Even the story was kind of boring.
That's what I'm saying. It was a disappointment.
And I played Red Dead 1. I fucking love that game. I played that all the time.
Exactly.
I haven't played either. I played the prequels to those actually. I don't know if you ever heard of Red Dead Revolver.
Yes.
No, that one I didn't play.
It was on the Xbox, the original Xbox. That game is
PS2.
so good. Oh, it's on PS2?
Oh,
Yeah, it should be.
I didn't know that.
Man, that game is good. That game is so good.
What are you guys most excited for Overwatch 2? Like, they showcased, I think it was a while ago, they showcased new PvE, which is player versus environment mode, includes story mode, and they showcased some new game modes and the new multiplayer, redefined heads-up display, HUD heads-up display. You guys could see the images over there.
I think what's amazing is all of the Overwatch shorts. I don't know if you guys have gone on YouTube and checked them out, from like the Diva ones, like all the it tells a story of each character, and then you're like, oh, you're very invested. I think the Diva one for me was like the most compelling story out of all of them. I don't play Diva, but I like that cinematic short that they did, and they've done that for all these other characters, and they've built this world. And so the thing I'm most excited for is finally getting the story mode and finally getting to see all these characters in action.
I couldn't even agree more.
Their personalities interacting with one another.
Yeah.
You get the little
Actually seeing it in game.
And
No, you see the interactions in game, but
and we get to see the battle of Hanzo and Genji, reminding me of the
that's
GI
gonna be
Joe with the
good.
white ninja and then the black ninja. I forget what their names are. Snake Eyes and someone else.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember.
So
that.
there's gonna be so many cool things that's for this, and it's gonna build upon the lore, and that's what I'm most excited for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Multiplayer. I'm not really too excited for the multiplayer.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
Until
That's
Blizzard know how to freaking balance a goddamn game.
They still made Reaper overpowered still.
Didn't they nerf him
Why
recently?
They nerfed him, but he's still
They probably
strong
did.
because of the when you shoot people, you get his Death Blossom like when you hit people.
Man,
Gets his
at
health-
this point, I'm just expecting Tracer to fly at some point. I'm just expecting her to fly because these stupid idiots at Blizzard don't know how to balance a freaking game.
And their answer to balancing things is removing characters for a week. That's their answer. Do you remember that? They were like cycling the characters, so you couldn't pick Orisa, you couldn't pick Reaper, you couldn't pick like some other character.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
for their comp and
They do.
stuff.
And I was like, what for? Like that just means I'm not gonna play. I'm like, you just basically took out all the characters that I play.
Oh my
Like
god.
instead of doing that, just balance your game better. Like
Off
just
topic. Let me tell you the one time I was going to play comp and I was like, okay, cool. Let me try this one more time. And they had that system. And so the week that they took out Soldier, Reaper, Zenyatta, Sombra,
Oh no.
I was like, they took out literally every diva. They took out every character that I played. I said, nah, I'm good.
That makes the player count go down.
Like they took out literally every character that I played. I was like, I'm not doing this. McCree, and I think they also took out Ash at that point too. I was like, for what? Like, why would you take them out?
We need hit scans.
Yeah, they took out literally every hit scan.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and then if I'm correct, they don't even do that anymore right now, right? They stopped doing that.
Nah, they stopped.
Oh, thank
thank
God.
God.
Stupid freaking company.
Blame that on Blizzard or Activision.
No, it's Blizzard.
Blizzard. Gosh darn it! Take my money.
Terrible company.
The thing about Activision and Blizzard, they're different. I mean, I know they got bought up, right? They got bought up by Activision? Am I correct on this?
Yeah, Blizzard is a part of Activision.
Or yeah, so they're all together. But from what I've heard
Terrible.
from some sources, I won't say, I heard that they're very separate. They'll when they enter each other's buildings, they have to get a guest card to go in. So they're very even though they are working on on the same company or whatever, they still are separate.
Terrible.
Yeah, but they both terrible though.
That's
Basura,
what I
get
like.
that
That's what I'd
robot.
like to hear. Stupid freaking
Yeah,
company.
basura.
Basura ¿qué?
Basura.
Yeah.
Basura, buena,
That's me throwing trash in the basura.
buena, ándale.
It's trash can.
Next topic. Should every gamer do content creation in 2021?
Hell no.
No.
Why is that?
I'm gonna just keep it because some people, whenever they play games, some people have different mindsets. Whenever people do content creation, a lot of people nowadays they see these people like Ninja and stuff, and they want to be like Ninja and all them, where they get clouded by, hey, I want to be this big, I want to make this much money. When it's like it's not supposed to be that way. The first thing you want to do whenever you get into content creation is you want to have fun. You want to have fun with the stuff you're doing before you actually get into the money making businesses, all that stuff. And once you're having fun, the money will honestly just come to you. Like everything else will just come to you like that. As long as you're having fun, everything will just go right there. Like it takes time. It takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
And that's for anybody big or small, it takes time to get where you want to be.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's all I gotta say on
And
that.
Dom's been doing content creation for so fucking long.
Yeah, he has.
So whenever I need help or I need some advice, I always go to Dom because he knows what's up. He's been in this space for so long.
Yes.
He can just tell you what's what.
I'm trying to think.
And-
This year will be 13, 14 years, I think. Something like
Yeah,
that.
you have a decent amount of YouTube subscribers I see, and then a Twitch show.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have fun in making your content, that just defeats the purpose. And you're just like, when you're just forcing yourself to make content, you don't want to.
Then it's not fun anymore, and you'll quit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The big problem is when people start off like that, it can get overwhelming for a large amount of people starting out, and some people are too fixated on the numbers, the money right off the bat. You're not gonna get high numbers right off the bat. You're gonna build up to that, and I think that's the number one biggest mistake that people think when going into this.
Yeah,
content.
and they always expect to be successful, like the 1 week, and then they lose the passion, and then they stop.
Exactly.
And another thing, by the way, a lot of people see us doing like streaming or doing YouTube videos and stuff, thinking, oh, all they're doing is sitting down, playing a game and talking to people. And it's like, yeah, at face value, that's what it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
But it also get draining as hell. Like people don't realize
I completely
how
agree.
draining content creation can actually be.
I could say a fact, just with this bright light in my face, probably like 2 hours, and I'll be like, 420 blazing.
Like after a stream, I am exhausted.
Yes.
Very exhausted. It's rare that I'm like, damn, I want to keep going after that. But you always need your rest.
Oh yeah.
And that's the big thing about it. People really think that like we're like I said, at face value, it just looks like we're sitting down talking to people playing a video game. That's literally all it looks like. But like once you actually start doing it, that's when it starts getting exhausting as hell.
Yeah, you're trying to provide a show to other people.
Exactly.
Entertainment.
Entertainment. But not only that, we have to do that while not burning ourselves out.
Yeah.
And not losing our passion because it's not fun for us anymore.
Exactly. Take breaks, take days
Definitely.
off. I've learned
mental health for sure is the number one.
I learned that from last year where I basically streamed almost every day. And I was like, no, this year I'm taking a Sunday off. Like I'm not doing this every single day again.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's important for self-care. Like go outside, wear a mask, and enjoy the sun for a bit. Go get yourself some ice cream. Go to a restaurant, eat what you would like. Show your viewers what you're doing, but enjoy being outside. Don't overdo it.
That's why you also have social media, so you can actually, like, if you want to show people, hey, this is what I'm doing, this is keep up with my like updates and stuff. Discord, social media, like do what you can, get yourself out there as well.
Yeah. I won't even argue that like you do stream, right? And like that's like a part of it.
Yeah.
But the other, like, I would say the other, maybe I would say 20% streaming, 80% outside of streaming is like marketing yourself on social media, whether it be on Discord, you're participating with your community, or you're on Twitter putting your clips up there, or if you're even on YouTube, which more power to you, that's tough already to do Twitch, YouTube, fucking TikTok. There's people that do all of it. I've seen it. Yeah. And I'm so amazed and impressed by those people because they definitely know what's up. They probably have like, content calendars and things like that to help them out. But on the other hand, not what people do not know about these streamers that, I mean, obviously I don't have this, but most of these people do, and they won't tell you this. And they're like, oh, like if you do this, they'll give you advice. They'll be like, if you do this, then you'll be fine. But what most of these people don't tell you is that they actually have managers behind them. They have community managers. Even the people that have 40 plus average, they got community managers helping them out, and every step of the way helping them out with their content creation, helping them out with whatever it is. So it's like the shit is skewed against you if you're trying to do it
by yourself.
You're trying to do it by yourself. Like that's what they will tell you. Like if you have a new person coming into your stream and asking you how, like, what I should do in order to like start streaming, I mean, it kind of sucks because it's like these people like have an advantage. They have this manager to help them out, tell them what to do, and probably even a whole team of people helping them out, And that's what people don't tell you. They'll just be like, oh, just be consistent, play this game and stick out and don't play these oversaturated games. They'll tell you like the most generic advice, but at the end of the day, it's like, they don't tell you.
It's so much more than that.
They don't tell you the behind the scenes. They don't.
Yeah. In your guys' opinion, what do you guys think of people buying expensive equipment? Let's say mics, mixers, cameras, soundproofing, etc., RGB lights, the nano leaves, to be successful on Twitch, and why?
Now, if you're starting off, I've told this to my stream a lot. If you're starting off, do not buy that expensive ass equipment because you don't know how long you're really gonna be in this game. So if you're sitting there buying like 3090s, like RGB lights, like all this other tech, like this $400 microphone, and you're only doing this and like for a week and you don't like it, that's at least like a good $2,000 to $3,000, even $4,000 wasted. Like you start off, not get like cheap stuff, but at least get like stuff that like I don't know how to like phrase it correctly, but yeah, like budget yourself. That's basically it. Budget yourself and see if you like it. And
this is what I recommend, and I'm sure all of you do too. There are similar expensive stuff. If you actually look at the specs to one that is maybe half the price or at least a quarter of the price down,
that gotta go soon.
That one and spend less money that way. So yeah, start off small, compare a lot of specs, and see what you actually really need it for right now.
Because if you have the head out, Angel, that's all good. I'll probably just put an image over your face.
That's fine. You could probably put the pugger face or something. Yeah, I gotta head off. I have to work in 9 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, what the heck?
yeah,
That's okay. I'll take an Uber.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take an Uber. I'll be fine. All right. Thank you so much, GrandPaPenguin. Also, everyone else. Then nice to talk to you guys again.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Definitely. You guys take care, and you guys enjoy your Saturday. I'm off to work. I'm off to watch women gamble their money away.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye. And not to dig on anybody. I'm not trying to dig on anybody, but there are people that have the most amazing setups. They got the camera, the SLR camera.
Yes.
They got the fancy ass Shure mic, the expensive one.
The $400 one. Yep.
Yep. They got the expensive camera. They got the expensive PC. But what they don't work on is themselves, honey.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. But I'll go into these streams and I'll be like, I'm not entertained. I am so sorry to say that. That's fucked up. I'm sorry, but I'm not entertained. And, for some people that might be entertaining, but for me, I'm not. It's like, work on your content. That's all I got to say. Just work on the content and everything else will come after. Like for some people, some people don't even stream with the camera sometimes. Don't stream with the camera. Dom doesn't stream with the camera.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Although he does have a nice camera. I'm not saying he doesn't have good equipment. He does have great equipment. He's got a really amazing mic. Makes him sound like so fucking like tough, like so. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it's like you don't need the camera sometimes. Sometimes if you got the personality to fucking back it up, like you're great. Yeah.
I have friends that
I agree with that.
I have friends that got partnered recently and they had no camera or anything like that. And it's just like, I don't know where this like thing came from where it's like, oh, you need a webcam to be successful on Twitch. Like, no, you don't. You yourself got to be entertaining for you to be successful.
Yeah.
And I can think of one person, that's Corp's husband. He's a faceless top person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's got the voice of an...
He is carried by his voice. I'm not gonna lie. He is carried by his voice.
Demon? Like, but demon in a good way?
Yeah. Like, I'm not like talking crap about him, but like he's definitely carried by his voice.
Well, yeah. I mean, his personality is good too, though, from what I see in his videos. So definitely voice and personality, but definitely that voice is what carries him the most, besides the personality.
Yeah, that's crazy. How people could actually be successful but no face cam.
Yeah.
I wish.
There's a couple of other ones, but I can't remember their names off the top of my head right now. They're like the top faceless content creators too.
What was I thinking? My bad.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, I would just say you gotta budget yourself in terms of it. Like you could start off like making content just with like, let's say blue snowball microphone, like a $50 snowball. Like personally for me, I started out with a Rock Band microphone, and then use like other programs to like enhance my voice, like the compression, noise gate, all that stuff. And then like I used a C920 webcam, and then slowly upgrading. I would just say budget yourself and
For sure.
make small baby steps on it, because I know
Exactly.
there's some big streamers out there. They use headset microphones actually as to.
That's how
We're gonna go switch topics. What are your tips from past experiences in growing Twitch and streaming? I think we talked briefly about it, like the last topic, but going over again. What do you guys think in growing on Twitch and streaming?
When I first started, I relied heavily on Twitch helping me with discoverability. And I realized quickly that that is the most dumbest thing that I could ever do. And so for about maybe half of the first year that I started streaming, I mainly relied on like playing like, I don't know, just I was playing Skyrim mostly, but I would mainly play that game. And then I started to use like social media. I didn't start using it until like, I want to say October 2019. That was like when I first started using Twitter. And I started like putting my clips on there. I started doing all kinds of things to promote myself, as well as on Instagram, and just doing things like that that could help me out and grow. So yeah, I would say it's tough to put yourself out there and market yourself, but I would definitely do it, because you never know. Like, you may not get X amount of likes on a video, but you fail to see the impressions that you make on that video when you look at the analytics. So yeah, so I would have been on social media a lot sooner.
Yes.
Specifically Twitter, a lot sooner.
Yeah, no, Twitter is probably like the biggest one out of all of them. So yeah, that's where I usually post all of my clips and stuff, and people are like, "Oh, wow, I need to come to this stream." Just like, got them. And also doing it on YouTube as well, like making like a highlight reel or something like that from like a lot of your clips also helps out a lot.
Yeah.
Because it gets most of your YouTube people be like, "Hey, I want to come to the stream." It's just like, well, the door is open.
In 2021, if you were new to streaming at all, let's say if you're a new streamer and you had to choose a platform, either Twitch or YouTube, what would you choose and why? To stream off of.
Hey.
I
Oh man,
I can go first on that because I already have this in my head right now.
go ahead.
Depending on which way you want to create your content, if you just want to push out videos, definitely YouTube. I'm not a fan of the streaming completely on it, but if you want to do more like live streaming, more interactive, definitely Twitch. And then combine that with a little bit of YouTube for highlights, maybe, you know, a little here and there on there if you want to like push out an episode, you know, related to something that you might want to do for that month or something.
Yeah.
But don't overdo it, for sure. And that's my thing. So a little of both, actually, depending on which way you want to move it.
Knowing what I know now, I think I would probably choose YouTube, only because there isn't a lot of people streaming on there that right now. It's not oversaturated, so you'd be able to be seen a lot more than Twitch. And
That is true right now.
from what I've seen, most YouTubers start off on YouTube and then branch out to Twitch and actually create content from Twitch and put it on YouTube, which is what Dom does.
Yeah.
Dom is a YouTuber first, and Twitch streamer, I would say maybe, I don't know, would you say like second, kind of?
Yeah, basically second, yeah.
Yeah. Because like what Twitch is supposed to do is be a supplementary thing to your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
It's like, this is where your subscribers can catch you live, as opposed to
that goes back to what I said about being more interactive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, you're a lot more interactive, and sometimes some people are maybe not that interactive, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe it's a different
Sure.
you give your audience a different experience, I would say.
Yeah.
That's kind of a
For sure.
cool thing to do.
Yeah.
For sure.
For
I
sure.
saw it from
Depending on which way.
I saw it from
Well,
a
I'm saying-
video, like, in terms of it, if you were to actually start off now, and they were basically comparing YouTube versus Twitch, how YouTube, you have like a better discoverability, like than Twitch. Twitch is like nearly impossible to find someone.
It's freaking hard, dude.
Yes.
Like I would tell you right now, only reason why I'm the way I am is whenever I started streaming, I already had like a base on YouTube, so people caught me on Twitch from the YouTube channel, but it is so hard to get discovered nowadays on Twitch because of how Twitch's algorithm and stuff works on the platform. Like, it is difficult, and I mean difficult. There are some people that are streaming, like, I know, like, you know how people always say, yeah, you gotta be consistent, and I'm like, yeah, you do, but at the same time, Twitch doesn't do a very good job of taking some of the smaller people and like putting them on their platform and be like, hey, check these people out. Like, yeah, they have a smaller communities list or whatever, but 9 times out of 10 that doesn't help at all.
Yeah.
Well, also to add on to that I've noticed is you really have to market yourself more on Twitch and get those promotions and sponsors to actually be seen on Twitch as opposed to YouTube.
Yep. Which I'm gonna need to start doing at some point.
Yeah, for sure.
That's just a little thing that I noticed. You know, comparing both sites.
Yeah, I do like Twitch's interaction. Like, you could get on add-ons like Better TV and Frankerface. You get all those cool add-on emotes that you don't have like the opportunity on versus YouTube, because YouTube you have like a certain set of like emotes, and as well you have to get, I guess, partnered or something like that. I know Twitch you could get affiliate just like that, but
well, yeah, you can buy it now.
Honestly, with both platforms, honestly, like luck is a huge factor when it comes to content creation as well. Like, it is, you gotta be stupid lucky.
Yeah, you get that one TikTok video popping off afterwards.
Yeah.
You gotta get stupid lucky nowadays. Like, even back then, like, it was still like a luck of the draw, to be completely honest. Like, I was lucky enough to know somebody that was pretty freaking big at the time, so that's why like my stuff started popping off at one point.
Yeah. Also, I have something to add to go back to what would we say to people just starting out. A major thing that I would suggest is to create a separate social media specifically for that, to keep your personal stuff out of there. Like, yeah, you can have your personal one for your friends and family, just don't put it out there. And make sure you're cautious of what you put out there, because cancel culture is so rough on a lot of people, and it can be completely overwhelming. So you may say something and it can be taken completely a totally different way.
And I'm a counter argument that to where I'm going to say that cancel culture just does not exist. because that crap, I've seen so many, sorry to get off topic.
No, I mean, it's completely true. It's bullshit. Like, it shouldn't actually be a thing, but sadly, as we know,
just
it
like
is.
If cancel culture exists, people like Chris Brown and Doja Cat would have been off of this platform a long time ago.
I mean, I guess they're on a whole different level because they have money. When you're a person that doesn't have a lot of money, I think that's where it would hurt more for cancel culture. That's why it can hit you more.
Let me actually give you another example within like my group of people. There's this one dude. He was like, he called himself "quote unquote" the king of Pokemon like content or whatever, and so dude was messing around with kids and whatnot, and so dude was messing around with kids and whatnot, and so we thought, oh, okay, so he's gone off the internet, we're good. Turns out, still on his channel uploading stuff and still doing good.
That's fucked up. That's
I don't even know, that kind of like really upsets me. Because cancel culture hits the stupidest things. It hits the stupidest things, but the things that really are
the things that it needs to hit, it doesn't hit.
No, it doesn't. I mean, it'll hit them for a little bit, but they fly under the radar and just get back up. And I'm going to give you an example of this. The biggest examples of this is Trisha Paytas, Shane Dawson, Rylan Adams, and Jeffree Star.
Yep.
They've been canceled so many times, but yet they're still making it big. Like, look at what Shane Dawson did with Jeffree Star. Like, obviously they're using each other.
Yep.
He helped Jeffree get himself up, but Jeffree also made Shane a lot of money, and he made Jeffree a lot of money. So vice versa, whichever way. And Trisha Paytas is another one. Like, look at all the things she's done to music, to whatever, and we all know that they are crazy. But when it comes to the most important things on that, they were rarely canceled for very long. And then for the stupidest thing, they were canceled for longer than that.
Yeah.
That's just my example of that too.
Okay.
I would say cancel culture again does not exist. And,
Thank you.
again, so it doesn't exist at all. Here's why. And it just goes back to what Dom was saying and a bit of Alma stuff. Although I will argue that Shane Dawson is still canceled.
Well, right now,
he canceled himself. But cancel culture does not exist, and here's why. There's a recent artist that said the N-word. He was absolutely drunk, out of his mind. I don't remember this artist, but what ended up happening to this guy? He said the N-word, like the hard R, not with the A, the hard R.
So
Yeah. So he said the hard R. I mean, again, for me, it's like either one is still bad. Either one, no matter what, it's still the meaning is still there. You're not supposed to say. But this guy says the N-word. He gets taken off his label. I believe some sponsorships he lost, all that stuff. But then at the end of it all, because of this, his music sales skyrocketed.
Yep.
Because of this, like he got new opportunities. So in the end, did cancel culture actually work? It didn't.
Nope.
At the moment that it happened, yeah, it was might have been a nightmare, a PR nightmare for him. But at the end, guess who wins? He does. His pocket's much bigger now.
you guys so much for tuning in. I appreciate everybody hopping onto the Penguin and Baroness podcast episode 2. If you guys haven't done so, make sure you guys check out all the people guests on the stream or the YouTube video. It'll be linked down in the description. Fire's Twitch, everybody's social media links. It'll be. It's probably going to be on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, all that stuff. So if you guys haven't done so, leave a like, subscribe. Go follow all these people and links down in the description. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.